You don't think it's special? It's so messed up how some people have put so many things into perspective that is not reality. You know, this whole thing about social justice, it sounds great. And some people might shut this video off right now saying, what do you mean you're against social justice? Yeah, I'm against giving people something that they haven't worked for, or they haven't allowed themselves to be able to earn or even work together in. I think that there's so many people that have talents and gifts and personalities or whatever that's so valuable. I don't care what disability you have. I need help. If it means just talking to my wife or just being able to come over on our farm and watching over our animals, it doesn't mean you even have to do anything very strenuous. It might just be something to holding the hose. But that's what I'm talking about. If you do it in the community, if you do it for one another in relationship, that's what comes together as valuing each other. I don't feel very valued if somebody just takes from me. That's why taxes are so frustrating. Because then you start wondering, where is this all money all going to? It should be going to police and to protect me. It should be going to the water, clean water, like for the cities to get clean water for me. Even though I got a well, but if I was in the city, I would be using it. If it's garbage pickup or whatever it is, those things are needed and it takes money to do that. And parks, I get it. You know, you have to have parks, or you don't need it, but I want parks. And so that's something we choose to do. But when it comes to just giving money to people who don't deserve it, that's a hard one to fathom. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't need for people who have disabilities, because I totally have talked in other videos that some people need more help than others. Like if a person can't work because their back is hurting, or because of the fact they have a mental illness, or because they are mentally challenged, then yes, they should have support. But that doesn't mean they don't contribute. There's a difference. It's one thing giving money to a person in support and supporting them to do things and to value them and allow them to do what they can do, versus just giving them money and then having no requirements or not any responsibility on their part to give into the community, to use their talents and their gifts and their perspectives, their personalities. That's what support is all about. Supporting them to do what they are able to do, no matter how small. But we all should do something, because that creates value. I've talked in other videos that when we give of ourselves, when we give of our talents and give of our personality, that's what shows us how valuable we are. If we don't know and we don't do anything, then we don't know what we're how we're special. You don't know how special your talents are unless you try something. You don't know how valuable your personality is until you try something. That's different than self-worth, because self-worth says that you already have them and you're already special. But if you're not providing and letting those talents and all that specialness out and into the community, into a relationship, then what you're doing is you're stifling yourself, and all that value is going to waste. And all that specialness is going to waste, and you devalue yourself because of the fact you're not allowing your specialness to come forth. And that leads me into the fourth truth, and that is to value others. And how you value others is by giving of your talents and your specialness. Just like I said, no matter how disabled you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter where you're at and what you've done or what experiences you've had, you can give of yourself. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's difficult. I'm like, oh, you're so tired, or you don't have the motivation. But that's why I have these videos. That's why you look for people that can support you. Call somebody or write down or listen to music. Find things that are going to allow you to have support. I mean, we are the most opportunities in our society than any generation has had ever before, with the internet, with phones and driving and the opportunities for disabled people to communicate. We have so many more tools at our disposal, and we don't use them because we're always looking to be more self-love. We're out to get more out of things rather than being able to start looking at how we can contribute more now that we have more opportunities to contribute and to love others, to be able to give of ourselves more online or on the phone or whatever. I mean, a disabled person used to be able to have to drive. Now they can just pick up the phone and call so many people, or be online and talk to other people about their experiences and be others' motivational speakers. I mean, I'm so motivated when a disabled person is no matter what disability it is up, can talk and tell of how they have accomplished things. One of the best things I remember experiences is when a group of people who had disabilities got together and they formed a band and they did a concert for so many people, and it was amazing. It was amazing because somebody took the time to bring them along in their talents and teach them in their talents, and they had the strength and the fortitude to take what they have and struggle through their disabilities. I mean, they had some struggles. They had to make some choices because some of them were angry, some of them were frustrated, and they got through it, and they were able to come out with such beautiful music. It was amazing. I mean, literally was motivational. And that's what I'm referring to, is that we all have talents, we all have personality, and we should be contributing that to others. We should be giving to our community, every single one of us, no matter how small. And when we do that, we're allowing ourselves to be part of something greater, part of the community, part of relationships. And we feel better then because we have relationships. When you build and give into a community, give into relationship, you get back because you get people that love you back because you give of yourself. You gave of yourself. And all of a sudden now you're looking at yourself and saying, I feel so much better. I feel so fulfilled because I put others first. I put community first. I gave of myself. And when you do that, you feel so better. And that's the balance. When you give, you get back. When you put others first, and when you give of yourself and take the hit, like I've talked in other videos, and you really extend yourself and ask God or your support system for help, you'd be amazed on how much fulfillment you can get out of that. Try it. Continue to try it. Continue to put forth effort. And I know that it happens. I know it because I've seen it in my old life. I've seen it in other people's lives that I've talked to. It works. It's the one thing that does work over and over again. Yeah, self-love might work for a time. Maybe self-esteem might work for a time. But self-worth and giving yourself in that works every time. Maybe not in every situation, but when I give of myself and somebody doesn't receive it, that doesn't change my self-worth because I know I did the right thing. I know that I have talent. So it doesn't really change my self-worth. It may change how other people may view me, but I'm telling you that giving yourself allows you to know that you are special, that you have talents, and that you can experience so much more when you have a support system and you see yourself as full of self-worth. And if you ever have any questions, just write it on my YouTube channels and I'll maybe make another video of it, or I can maybe answer your questions on the YouTube, just on the comments below. But I'll be talking more about this and other examples of relationships and what makes them better in future videos. And this is Chris from The Living Post.